What's going on, guys? Got another comic book haul video for you. This haul, I picked up all these books from Comic Book World up in Florence, Kentucky, which is, they have two locations, one up in Florence and one in Louisville where I am. The Florence location is, Florence is a suburb of Cincinnati. I hadn't been up there since I got back into collecting a couple years ago, so I wanted to go up there and check out their store. The Louisville store that I go to probably monthly, they have a lot of dollar bins and they flip those over. They cycle the inventory pretty regularly, so I was happy to learn that the Florence store does the same. They actually label their dollar bins with when they put them out. It looks like they put them out almost every week. They put in some new stock, so that's really cool. If you're ever in Florence or Northern Kentucky or Cincinnati area, definitely check them out. They don't have a ton of dollar bins, but they, like I said, it seems like they cycle through the inventory pretty quick. And then they also have a huge selection of priced back issues, new books, and a bunch of magic cards and stuff like that too, if you're interested. But the first stack of books, these are all priced books I'm going to show, and then I've got a stack of dollar books too. So I think they had about maybe 5 or 6 long boxes full of $2 books to go with probably the 10 or 12 long boxes of dollar books. So this first book is Darkness Pit Crossover number 3. This was $2. Like my crossover books, Darkness and Pit are both fun characters from the Image days, so I imagine this was like a 4-cover or 4-issue miniseries. That's what most of them tended to be, and this looks like it's cover B. So it looks like Dale Keown did the art on the interiors as well. As I'm not sure if this is his cover or not. I don't know what his signature looks like, but just flashback to the 90s. Love that kind of stuff. This is a Pit-like character, I guess. Incredible Hulk. This is number 100. Not sure what volume it is. This is the Michael Turner variant. This one was $8. So this is, I'm not sure what the ratio on this is. I think it's a 1 in 10, maybe a 1 in 25. I know the Gray Hulk, it's the same cover except the color of the Hulk is gray. I think that's a 1 in 100. Or 1 in 50. It's a higher ratio and worth more, but I really like this cover with Michael Turner doing the Hulk, so I picked it up for $8. It's a really thick book too. It's the anniversary issue, so felt like it's maybe 60 pages or so. So happy to find that for $8. Got another one of these Mars Attacks incentive variants from IDW. I guess this is probably a 1 in 10. This one was $2. I picked up a couple of these a few months ago, so anytime I can find these Mars Attacks books for cheap, especially with the variants, the ratio variants, I'll snag them if I like the covers. So Mars Attacks is just a fun property, so why not for $2? Speaking of fun IP, we got Ren and Stimpy Show, featured here at Marvel Age number 121. This one was $1.50. I think this is, the cover date is February 1993, so this must have been right around the time they were going to release the Ren and Stimpy comic, so I'm working on that run as well. I've got a good chunk of it knocked out, still looking for number 1 with the scratch and sniff cover, but I was happy to find this Marvel Age little preview book. Next we got Secret Wars number 8. This is a variant. I'm not sure if this is a ratio or not. This one was $2. Just grabbed this because of the covers. Done by Saya Oum of Lola fame, Lola XOXO, and she's just one of the artists I've recently discovered in the last year or so. So she just did the cover on this, so I was happy to find that. I've seen this in the Comic Book World here in Louisville, and I think they've got it priced at like $8 or something, so held off and was happily rewarded for that by only paying $2 for it. Next, we got Ninja Turtles book. This is number 17 from the Image run, which is volume, 3 probably. It looks like it's an Eric Larson cover, and I'm not sure if he did the interiors as well. Open it up here. This one was $3, so found number 1 a few months ago, and oh, it's black and white. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, he does not do Larson does not do the interiors. That is Frank Fosco, someone I've never heard of, but you can see the style is not at all like the cartoons or anything. It's more reminiscent of the original run, I guess, in Mirage. Probably a little more adult themed too, I would imagine. Oh, that's funny. What does it say? I waiting turtles. Whoever's hunting the turtles cannot spell very well. So that's interesting. But yeah, just trying to piece. Well, not piece. I'm trying to get like every Ninja Turtles book ever made. Probably that's my goal. You know, except for those urban legend books. I don't really like those. I mean, I think those are all just reprints, but definitely the Mirage, Image, and current IDW stuff. That's the main focus, and the Archie books, and TMNT Adventures. Trying to get all those too. And I don't see this Image run very often. Like I said, I was lucky to find number 1 a few months ago. So I was happy to find this. This was number 17. I'm not sure how long it ran, but anytime I find them for cheap, I'm going to grab them. Couple Transformers books here. This is, what is that? Is that issue 1? Transformers Infiltration, I guess that's the subtitle down there. It's got a cool Starscream cover here. The Graham Crackers variant. This one was $2. I'm not sure what this miniseries is about or anything, but anytime I find these Transformers books for cheap, especially if they've got cool covers like Starscream on there, I'll grab those. And the Graham Crackers, they're a chain of comic book stores out of Chicago. I went into a couple of their stores when I was there last year and got some stuff. So you see the Graham Crackers variants around the Midwest a lot. So, but I've never seen this one before. Starscream. How can you not love Starscream? So, grab that one. This one's a more recent one. This is Transformers King Grimlock number 4. This is the RI cover, so 1 in 10. This one was $5. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like Freddie Williams, but I don't see his signature on it. It says Stoko cover on the back there. I'm not sure who that artist is. Yeah, it says 1 in 10. But I like that cover a lot. Grimlock, again, one of my favorite Transformers. So anytime I can find these incentive variants for less than ratio, if it's a cool cover, I'll grab them. Last Transformers book here, another one of these incentives. This was $2. This was Transformers Robots in Disguise, number 32. Just a cool Unicron cover. Looks more like Godzilla, I guess, than Unicron, or doing his Godzilla impersonation by breathing fire and destroying a bunch of buildings. And then that looks like Prime on the cover with somebody who has died. I don't recognize them, but just a cool Unicron cover more than anything else for $2. And let's see, got a Wild Storm. Oh, dog's angry about something. Sorry, buddy. It's all right, buddy. You're okay. This is Wildstorm number 8, or The Wildstorm. This is the Jim Lee cover. He did the B covers on this run, I think, for the first 12 issues or so. And this one was $2. So I think I've got 5 or 6 of these now. And I'm looking for, the reason I started these was I think once they get up to number 19, there's a cool Sana Takeda cover. She did the B cover on that one. So that's why I started looking for these books, trying to find that one. But then when I saw Jim Lee did the B covers on the first 12, I decided to start hunting those as well. So I was happy to find this one. This one's number 8 for $2. And then the last priced book, or non-dollar book I got, was this cool X-Men 92 variant. This is number 2. It's got a cool David Nakayama cover with Gambit and Wolverine look like they're on American Gladiators. That's what it reminded me of. So that one was $6. So just really nostalgic. Brought back some nostalgic vibes from American Gladiators and the X-Men animated series. So kind of had to get that one. So I was happy to find that one for $6. And then the rest of these books, these are all dollar books. So started, I know, once is an accident, twice is a habit. So apparently I'm buying furry books now. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Saw my last video, I showed this same book. This is a different copy. This one is much better condition. It's not ripped or anything. So I'm gonna put up the other one on my Mercari store for like 25 bucks. I haven't sold it yet, unfortunately. So, God, now I have 2 of these stupid furry books, so I gotta sell them quick. Alright, next, I got this Buck Godot Zap Gun for Hire #1. This is a Phil Foglio creation. He's a Magic the Gathering artist from back in the day that I really liked. So, I discovered this series probably about a year ago, and he's got a very distinctive art style, which I really like. So I picked up a few issues of this series, but I was happy to find #1, so gotta try to complete that. Next, got Daring Escapes #1. This is a Todd McFarlane cover. Not sure, well, I know he didn't do the interiors, he just did the cover. This is from, it doesn't have a date on there. Open it up and see. Probably the mid to late 90s. We got an ad for McFarlane Toys on the back and Freddy Krueger. And this is from 1998, yeah. So, that's cool. Looks like it's about Harry Houdini. Just one of the obscure Todd McFarlane covers you don't see a lot. It doesn't really go for anything, but I like sorry, my dog's going crazy back there. I like the non-spawn, non-ASM stuff that McFarlane does. I like all that stuff too, obviously, but the lesser known stuff I like picking up too. Famous buddy. He's going crazy. Alright. DuckTales #3. This is got a cool yellow submarine vibe on it with Launchpad driving the sub, or well, it might be a helicopter. It's got wings on it. It looks like a submarine. I can't remember the witch's name, but it looks like she captured Webby, and then the Launchpad and the guys are trying to rescue her. It might be on like a Atlantis. I don't know if that's a underwater or like a oil platform type thing. But DuckTales just, favorite cartoon of mine. So anytime, I haven't been able to, I don't see these very often in the cheap bins. If I do, they've been pretty torn up because they're kids' comics. So I was happy to find this. That one, it's in pretty good condition. Next, got this DV8 #11, just a J. Scott Campbell cover. It looks like Warren Ellis had stopped writing at this point. So I just grabbed it because of the cover. I've recently completed the 7 Deadly Sins, those the alternate covers to #1. So that's how this comic came into my brain, I guess. So I just always see it, or when I see it, I always just think of those covers. But they had some pretty cool covers outside of those, and this is one of them. Next, we got Espers. I think this is volume 2. From Image. It's just early Greg Horn art. He did the cover. You can see his signature if you guys are familiar with his signature. It's a lot different now. Oh, there. This is 97, it looks like. But that's still him, and he did the interiors on this as well. Speaking of Campbell, although this is Jim Lee, but he was on Gen 13 a lot. This is the Gen 13 preview. Let's see on the back. Yeah, I think this was in between the miniseries and the ongoing series is when this came out. Let's see, what year is this? 97. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the miniseries came out in 94, and then ongoing. Maybe this was like before the second volume. I'm not sure, but it's just a cool preview book. I'm not sure how you got it. Maybe it was like a mail away or something, but maybe they included it in Wizard. But I've never seen it before, so it's a cool Jim Lee cover. Why not? This is Girl Genius #8. This is another Phil Foglio creation. It's him and his wife, Kaja Foglio. This started as a web comic, and then they print it and distribute it in physical form. So I'm trying to get all of those as well. Got Johnny Quest #3, just a cool Dave Stevens cover. He did a couple of the covers on this volume. I think, what is it, 5 or 6 is the one that most people go after. It's got the lady on there, but this is a cool one too. It's got him drawing the dude characters, and these are wraparounds sometimes. Yeah, that one looks like Sienkiewicz. I know he did a cover on there too. I can't tell what that signature is. It might be. Let's see if it's got it on the cover. The credit is on the back cover. Dave Stevens. Yeah, doesn't say who the back cover artist is, but cool Dave Stevens on the front, and back cover by a good artist who I'm too stupid to know, so happy to find that. No mistaking who the artist on this one is, Mr. Rob Liefeld. Judgment Day. This is, what is this? Alpha, I guess, that's the number. And this one's cool. It's got, it's not really an anthology, it's just got different creators doing chunks of the story. So, let's see, Stephen Platt, wait, it's got Gil Kane on there doing a few pages. I thought Stephen, oh yeah, there is Stephen Platt. So, let's see, where's the Gil Kane stuff? There's Gil Kane, looking very old-timey, so that's pretty cool. And then, that's that's gotta be Liefeld, right? It says Stephen Platt and 4 to 7, 12 to 15, yeah. So that's Liefeld. There's Stephen Platt. Flashbacks, yeah. Looking like Prophet maybe or something, or Bram the Berserk. So that's cool. I just like these like jam pieces where different artists do a few pages in the story, so I was happy to find that one. Let's see, Otis Goes to Hollywood, just a weird indie book. I found #1 last year. It's pretty goofy, but it's only a 2-issue miniseries, so I grabbed #2 to complete it. Got this fun book, Preteen Dirty Jean Kung Fu Kangaroos, #2. This is versus Cabbage Batch Commandos, not Cabbage Patch Commandos. So it's kind of a takeoff of the Garbage Pail Kids and Cabbage Patch Kids, so I have the first one, but I've never seen this one before. I like the Ninja Turtle spoofs, and I like the Garbage Pail Kids. So this was kind of a no-brainer. It was really, really, I think I laughed out loud when I saw that, so can't go wrong with that. Got a couple Silver Surfer books here from my the Volume 3 run. Got 71 and 72. Slowly trying to complete that. Got Street Fighter 2 #4. This is I think a second volume of the Street Fighter 2 comics. This is cool Zangief and Guile cover. Another weird indie book here. This is Sweet Lucy #1. This was a 2-issue series from Brainstorm Comics back in the early 90s. The cover just caught my eye on this. I flipped through it. It's a black and white indie comic. It's cool, kind of like Aeon Flux, Ghost in the Shell kind of story. It's kind of futuristic. She's like the projection of this cyborg, like robot spy lady who's got the feathers in her cap. So it's interesting. Looked interesting. So if I ever see the second one, I'll grab it. Another weird indie book, this Vampire Swimsuit Illustrated. That's got a shiny cover. I don't know if the camera picks it up too well, but it's got the red foil on there. The pages on the inside kind of have the consistency of a coloring book, so I'm not sure if it's meant to color your own. This was from the early 90s. This was before the adult coloring books became popular, but if I get bored one day, maybe I'll color it. And then the last 2 books are some lawyer-related silliness. This Wolf and Bird, Counselors of the Macabre. This first one looks like it's the greatest writs, probably just reprints of some other stories. It's #1. And then the second one is issue 2 of their their main series. So just again, I saw these in Chicago when I was there last year. The first time I became aware of this, and I was in Chicago to take the bar, so I thought it was kind of a funny coincidence. So ever since then, I've just been grabbing these whenever I can see them. So that's going to do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope my dog Amos didn't bother you guys too much, but he does get excited when I film these videos because he knows he gets to chew on a treat. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.